Aegon is coming to the US by 2028 from Europe. I only think what that means, that 2 years from now, you have built your business from the right foundation, okay? And you solved the 3 things I'm about to show you. Every licensed person that knows exactly what to do correctly, consistently. Let's say you have only 100 licensed agents that can do that. I'm telling you right now, 2 years from now, you'll be making over 60 grand a month overnight. You guys didn't hear me. I said 2 years from now, if you get 100 licensed agents that know what they're doing it correctly, and you solve the 3 things I'm about to show you, your life will be significantly different. You guys ready to know the 3 things? They're so simple, but it's kind of funny how we mess them up. Zach and I were talking about that this morning, and we started, but I put them on the slide so I can show you, okay? In fact, Rich Tolly told me yesterday he was doing a mentoring session. Zach was traveling, so he wasn't able to get on. He called it, if you have any of those 3 issues, your business will be limping. You guys know what limping business is? Like limp? Who feels like that right now? Okay, so I'm going to show you the 3 things that are going to make your business be called a limping business. You ready? Okay, let me start with this real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. You guys are going to see my 3 things. I don't want you to, let me do this. So I'm going to put a little slide before, because I don't want you guys to cheat real quick, okay? This thing is always messing with me. Ah, that's better. Okay, good. So let me do this real quick. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the number 1 reason why your business is going to be called a limping business, a struggling business, okay? 3 things. Number 1 is called what? No appointments. Okay. How many of you struggle with setting appointments? You guys are not talking. If you have no appointments, no business. Yes or yes? That's the most basic thing that people don't like doing. It's boring like heck, but it's the one that pays you the most money. Without that, you don't even have a business. No appointments. And that's an easily solvable problem. This whole week I've been teaching 2 ways. Zach and I were laughing this morning because these are things we've known forever, and we have to just go back to the notes and get the information because it's basic stuff, right? There's some basics. How to invite. And we showed 2 ways that if you master those 2 ways, you can teach your brand new person without knowing anything about the business. They can set up appointment after appointment after appointment. So that's the number 1 thing you have to fix. This is also part of why we have the platform. On Mondays, guess what we teach? How to get the list and choose how to do what? To call, to make appointments. Hello? If you are missing that part, you have no foundation to the business. If anyone of you is struggling right now, that's your number 1 issue is appointments, period. You know I'm telling you the truth. So that's a solvable problem. If you solve that problem, you're going to have problem number 2. Zach, please interject anytime you want, okay? You guys clear problem number 1. That's the most important problem you need to solve is appointments. We good? Now, if you solve that problem number 2 is going to surface. Let me show you what problem number 2 is. So if appointments are good, guess what's going to be happening? No closing. If you can't close, even with appointments, guess what you're going to have? A limping business still. And this is the problem. If you have appointments and you can't close, let's say your team is bringing people, you can't close them, guess what's going to happen? They're going to stop bringing people. So you can go back to problem number 1 again. Hello? If your people start bringing people, where BPM now people are bringing guests. If we can't close, guess what's going to happen? People are going to stop bringing guests. They're probably doing that to your business right now already. Yes or yes? You guys want me to do illustration? Without you doing this, there'll be no illustration to make. I know some of you are going, how is he talking about this? Not about illustration. Because without this part, there'll be no illustration to be made. True?
Yes.
Yeah. Without these things I just told, there'll be no illustration. Okay? So you have to fix the inviting your appointment issue, and you have to fix all your closing. That's why we're doing special sessions on closing. You have to master closing. It's a mindset. You have to understand how to close. Okay? If you have appointments and you close, guess what? Those people that you close are going to bring what? More appointments. You guys get it? If you fix those two things, that's only 2 out of 3 problems fixed still. But you guys are wondering, like, so I'm making money, so what could be another problem? There's a third very big problem. Let me show you the third one. The third problem, if you fix these two, is called what? Chargebacks. If you have appointments and you can close and you have chargeback, guess what you still have? A limping business. Who has ever had a chargeback before? If you never had a chargeback, you have never submitted business. They're going to happen. 3 things: appointments, closing, and setting up clients right. The only reason we're doing an illustration is to help you do what? Set up the clients correctly so you don't have what? Chargebacks. Hello? See, somebody's more interested in hearing me show this. I will show the slide back for sure. Okay. But hear me more than the slide. Okay. Every time I show you a slide, if it's interesting, take a picture and then listen to me. Okay. So those 3 issues: appointments, closing, and doing it correctly. If you do those 3 things, now you have a solid business. So this is my last part of that slide, so you can take a picture. Because some of you are so eager to take the picture. Success is equals what? Appointments plus closing and no chargeback. If you need to take a picture, take it. So question, what are you doing to solve your appointment problem? What are you doing to solve your closing problem? And what are you doing to solve your chargeback problem? If you master those 3 things, your business will be transformed for good. I want you to think what that means 2 years from now. I'm so grateful for Zach that he allows us to create a platform to go back to the fundamentals. We get coaching from Rich Tolley all the time. Every time he goes back to what? Fundamentals. Unfortunately, most of us started business. Well, I started the same way because when I started in I got coded in 2010, but I started in 2014. Zach didn't know any of these things either. So he taught me what they taught him. But by 2018, when we met Rich Tolley for the first time, everything transformed from that point on. Now, was it perfect? No, but we started understanding first there's a system and there are fundamentals you have to master. Now it's taking us almost 2018 to now. Is that 7 years to try to figure it out? Personally, I'm more fired up about this business than I've ever been. Like, truthfully. And I believe that in the next 2 years before Aegon becomes the new Transamerica in the US, if you and I master this and we set up this business, it's game changing. You guys tracking? So I'm going to let my boss say whatever he has to say. Yeah, muted, Zach.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. Man, I know you're telling me those 3 things this morning, and you guys catch that, right? You guys are catching that, right? How much sense that makes. And then you think about the overall energy. How many of you guys, I know we're not just
Utah.
Someone was asking that why he went to Utah.
That's right, Jay. You're in Utah. No network.
I don't know where he is, in the middle of somewhere. So hopefully he's going to come back on, right? But I think his internet is messing up. So he's gonna come back on. But I'm just saying, did you guys get what is going on right now? If you can fix those three things, you'll have no issue in the business ever. And they're easily fixable. That's the crazy part. But it takes a bit of time and dedication and focus. Okay? So just keep that in mind. This business is not hard at all. I've personally worked on harder things. I used to make things you put in people. Brain simulators, pacemaker stents. Those are hard things to do. A lot of you do work that is more challenging than this business by far. But there's a process to it. And if you follow the process, there's no question, this is probably the best place you can be in terms of creating a lifestyle. We good? So when my boss comes, I'm gonna
I'm back on, Doc. Sorry. I'm in the mountains out here. I apologize. I'll see. We'll try to make it work this time. But
okay,
now I know. I was just mentioning those when we were talking this morning. We were speaking about those three things, and I'm hoping you guys are grasping the gravity of just like that's the foundation of your business. If you're trying to build anything, right? And if you're trying to build it big, you have to have those three things in place. And Doc gave that number earlier as far as even if you had 100 licensed agents, did you guys catch that? And if you really do the math on that, what that really could mean for you in the future, making $30,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month in just overrides by doing this the right way. And overall, I know we're not going to be talking about this that much today, but I want you to think about what is the recruiting energy that's going through your organization right now? Do you guys, is there recruiting energy going through your organization? Right? Imagine fixing these three things and how much more energy will be going through your organization because people are confident because they know what they're doing. Right? So everything continues to grow and build off of that. And it just kind of happens on its own at that point. So anyways, that's the only thing I wanted to add to that, Doc, is and I know we're going to focus on those three, but man, it's naturally going to happen because people are going to be fired up, especially if you understand the Aegon part of them coming to the US, how important this stuff is right now. Man, just catch it. You guys as leaders have to catch it, and we have to make sure that you could communicate this to your team in the right way. So anyways, that's all I want to add, Doc.
Thank you, Zach. And some people get kind of messed up when they talk about recruiting. Yeah, you guys don't understand what recruiting is, I don't think, but I'm going to make sure you understand. In a nutshell, what do we do as a business? I'm going to explain to you. I'm not going to ask you. We help put people in a better financial situation. Is that true? That's our goal. Yes or yes? The basics of what we do is to help put people in a better financial situation. For most people, that means you're going to enhance their financial portfolio. Yes or yes? But if you think about the 5 steps of building wealth, what's the first step of building wealth?
Earning.
Income. So guess what? Most people's financial issue comes from what? From income they are not making. So when we say recruiting, if the business is to put people in a better financial situation, why do we recruit them? We recruit people that are not making enough money. We get them licensed, and then we show them how to go make money. That's it. Hello? Recruiting is not getting someone a code number. That's not what that means. Recruiting is not getting someone licensed. Recruiting is getting a code number, getting them licensed, and then showing them how to have family so they can make money. That's what recruiting is about. Otherwise, you are not consistent with the business that we do. Are we good? So don't tell me, oh, you are struggling to recruiting. You can't. If you are doing the business correctly, recruiting should be part of what we do. Why? Because it's the first step that we talk about building what is to make money. You guys get it? Say it's not that hard. Some people struggle. They have a presentation with recruiting. I don't have one. It's the 5 steps of building wealth. That's it.
Doc, would it make sense to give them the analogy that you gave me earlier about the doctor in this situation?
Yeah. I was training on the closing training. Yes, it was yesterday. On Wednesday.
Right.
And I think Dr. Ma started even talking about that before. I told her I had it in my notes, so I'm glad, she said that.
Yeah.
But I said, if you're not in that training, what you have to think about is, in this business, you have to be acting like a medical doctor, okay? And then the prospect is what? Is the patient. So how does that work? Can a patient go to the hospital without a problem?
Oh,
No. But what
No.
does the patient normally know? They know the symptom, but not the actual issue, what causes the symptom. Is that true? So when the patient goes to the doctor, what do they expect? That the doctor can listen to the symptom and figure out what the issue is. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes. So when a patient comes to you in a scenario, in the medical space, if the patient comes and they say, I have a headache, and then the doctor says, do you have it more when you're sitting down or when you're walking? They ask questions like that, correct? And they say, oh, I have it when I'm sitting down, whatever they say. And if the doctor says, oh, based on that, let's do XYZ test, and the test comes back and says, yes, it's confirmed that this is the issue, would you be open to hearing the treatment that the doctor gives you if they can figure out your problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the basis of what's going to the doctor. Is that true? Do you realize that here, if a prospect comes to you and they say that I don't make enough income or I work too many hours, and you go like, okay, I know that you're not making enough income per hour. I can show you how to leverage and make more income, for example, and they go like, wow. And if I make more income, I have more time, right? Do you see that if they believe that you understand their problem, they'll be willing to hear the solution they have to offer?
True.
That's all it takes to close. That's it.
Closing.
I'm not teaching closing right now, but Zach brought it up, so I'm just explaining to you. You have to think like a medical doctor in that case. Closing is a no-brainer. Do you guys know why I showed you the 3 challenges with your business right now? Because I'm trying to close you guys to listening to my illustration class. You guys get it? Because if you have no invitation problem, no appointment problem, you can close. Guess what your problem is going to be? Chargeback. You guys get it? So my point is, I show you those 3 things to close you to want to listen to what I need to say. Are we good? So illustration doesn't just come like that, right? It comes from what? A presentation. Is that correct? And illustrations are part of the process of what? Of closing. But not only that, it's part of what? Preventing what? Chargeback. Because the more the client understands the process, the more engaged they're going to be in it. The same way, if they're going to give you treatment in the hospital, they don't just tell you, okay, when you get it in the morning, you're going to just take this. They're going to kind of explain to you if there are side effects, what will cause them, right? So you kind of know what to do. The same thing if I'm trying to help a client in this industry, I have to make sure they understand why we do certain things, why we recommend certain things, so they can also go like, what, they can decide that all this makes sense or not. I'm not trying to decide for the client. I'm trying to what? Empower them with the right information so they can do what? Make the right decision. Yesterday, Rich Tolley was training. He's like, hey, as agents, we're required to tell the client everything. You guys hear me? Everything we're supposed to tell them. So, Zach, what I was going to do, you can help me out here real quick. I was going to kind of do a quick recap about just the basis of the presentation so you see the illustration that needs to be made. I know last week we already did what? We did illustration on term policies. Why? Because we wanted you to see where it starts. And oh my goodness, let me say this up front. The mistake some of you are making is that every time I mention term, some of you cringe. Because you think that when I mention term, it means you don't sell IUL. That's the stupidest thing you can think. And I'm just being straight. If you don't like me, that's okay. The stupidest thing you can think is that when I say term, it means you don't sell IUL. In fact, the term part is the most powerful way for you to sell IULs. You want me to explain why? The most coverage anyone can have is called what? Dime. Yes or yes?
yes.
If you give somebody insurance protection, the most they can have is based on the dime. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, Mr. David Gatimu, if I help you and your dime is $2 million and I give you a $2 million term, no one else can give you insurance. You guys get it?
Yes.
Listen very carefully. If I do your dime and I give you 2 million, and that's the most you can get. Primerica, nobody else can give you another policy. Hello? So guess what I just did? I just blocked David to be my client for life. Now, if I go set David with an IUL where he's saving $100 or $2,000 or $2,000 a month, I'm going to design an IUL that maxes out his cash growth in that account based on the right face amount, correct? So let's say the face amount for whatever David is putting away is 500,000. That's also insurance protection, right? But what's the most he can have? 2 million. So, Clark, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to say that I'm going to what? Convert part of his term of 2 million. I'll take 500,000 of that and make it into an IUL. So I'm going to reduce his term policy to what? 1.5. But what total insurance does he still have?
2 million.
2 million.
Can Primerica give him another policy?
No, sir.
Oh my goodness. So then next time, like 1 year from now, see, Clive is like, oh my God, I didn't get this. 1 year from now, 1 year from now, David is like, you know what? I'm making some more money. I need another IUL. I give him another IUL for 500,000. Guess what I do at Clive's? I take 500,000 again from his term policy. How many IULs does he have right now?
2.
2. And how much term does he have?
1.
1 million. What's the total coverage he has?
2 million.
2. Can Primerica give me another policy?
No.
So what's your problem when I talk about term?
I don't have it. Nothing.
Hold on, let me put this away. Hey, Doc, you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I think you guys got to understand too. You're trying to explain. If you're just only in there pushing IULs, you're trying to explain one of the most complicated products in the industry to people that don't really understand any sort of foundation when it comes to finances. All right, and then we wonder why when someone comes in and only says, "Man, you're paying a lot for insurance," then they cancel it. Like, why do you think? Because so if you follow the framework, you follow the structure, then there's no way that these policies get canceled. Plus, what that's going to do is fix the chargebacks, fix your closing. Plus, then the people will naturally want to come on board because they understand how simple it was. All right. So you didn't miss anything on that, Doc.
You see, that's the best way to build a solid business if you understand it. If you fight it, you're going to be broke. Why? You're going to write policies, put all the effort, charge back, then you're going to quit. And then your clients, you prevent them from being protected for the rest of their lives. And then you'll be lying that you're helping the community. You'll be lying. But you guys are here, so I know you want the right thing. Okay. So I have to do it right. And please, don't put blame on anyone. Every one of us is a licensed financial professional. Right?
In training.
No, no.
Most of us are licensed agents in training.
Yes.
Yes.
We good?
And
In fact, that's helpful. If you tell your prospect that I'm a licensed financial agent in training, they're more forgiving if you mess things up. True or true?
It's very true.
Oh, very true.
They'll be like, hey, he's in training, so guess what? I'm going to bring my expert trainer to put you right. We good? Awesome. So this is what I'm going to do real quick. This training might take about 2 hours total, but I'm going to just show you back real quick the presentation itself. But I'm not going to go through it. I just want you to see if I present correctly, then the client is going to see why I offer the things that I offer. Make sense? Because if you don't do that, then you can't just suddenly start doing it. Most of you present, I'm just telling you right now, your presentation kills every product except one, So you cannot do illustration on the other one because you said it wasn't good. Does that make sense? So for you to do it right, you have to even present right to start with. Do you guys agree? If you present wrong, you cannot then go and start telling things. You tell somebody that, oh, 401k is the worst product. You can't even talk about 401k after that. Is 401k the worst product?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not.
no.
No. Mm-mm.
Does everything go through probate?
No.
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 But you guys hear what I'm saying? And we talked about this the other day. When you go and say things that are not correct to people that know, you just killed yourself already. Please don't be saying things you don't know just because somebody said it to you. I know some of you say copy and paste. Please don't copy and paste. Check, copy, check, paste. Write that down.
Check and verify.
Zach, I'm just making this up
Verify.
right now. Okay.
No, I like it.
Yeah. You
You
check
gotta
it.
verify.
Yeah, brave. Okay, seriously. You guys, just copy and paste. Please don't do that. You're a licensed professional. You can't just copy and paste. Even as I'm training you right now, don't just copy and paste. Please check it still. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to drag you guys to winning now, whether I like it or not. Okay. I'm not going to be nice anymore. I'll be firm and then boom, 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 so we can go. Okay. So let me do this real quick then. Yeah, somebody write, Doctor. Is it check, copy, verify, and then paste? Don't be telling me I just copy and paste. Copy and paste. Like, what do you mean you just copy and paste? What does that mean? You're a professional, right? What if you go to your doctor and says, I'm just going to copy and paste from the other doctor?
So you end up dead.
They'll paste you in the coffin.
Yeah.
You know, when I grew back up in Cameroon, it's funny, right? People get sick at home for like 3 weeks, and then they go to the hospital, they die immediately. It's like, what's up? You know what used to happen? I'm telling you, I noticed as a child, every time you went to the hospital in Cameroon when I was growing up, immediately to prove that they're helping you, they're going to put a drip with glucose
Yeah,
inside.
that's how I became my mother.
And a lot of people had diabetes, but they didn't know. But to prove that they were treating you, as soon as you go to the hospital, drip sugar.
Oh my
Think
God.
it stopped.
That's called copy and paste.
Jeez.
Don't laugh, it's true. I'm just telling you. That's copy and paste. Any new patient, boom, drip sugar. Patient, drip sugar. Like seriously.
It hasn't even stopped.
No, it hasn't stopped yet. How can somebody be sick at home for 3 weeks? They come to where there are doctors, they die immediately. How does that make any sense?
Lack of
Anyway.
knowledge.
No, it's not lack of knowledge. It's copy and paste. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, but I'll just run through it because you guys have been to the presentation, right? So I'm not going to really do it, but I just want you to understand that without actually going through the stuff correctly, you cannot then help the client the right way. Okay, so let me go through this real quick. So normally, if I do a presentation, I'm going to ask all these questions, right? Just to get the client to be disturbed. And I do what? I tell them there are 3 major issues, right, that you need to deal with: sickness, death, and retirement. Is that correct? That's the standard thing. And so, guess what? They want peace of mind, so they have to do what? They have to learn how to build wealth. And that's why I showed them the 5 steps of building wealth. Right? I already told you, number 1 is what? That's the most important step. Most people's problem is making income. But how do most people make income? Is working income, but they need what? Passive income. That's what we teach them to do. Make sense? And then number 3, they have to grow the money. They don't know exactly where to put it. Number 4, protection. They need to protect their income, protect themselves from the market going down, from inflation, and from taxes. Then they have to have an estate plan to make sure they avoid probate. That's essentially what most people need. They might need 1, 2, or all of them. Does that make sense? So how do you build a solid financial foundation? This is very important. You're going to start from what? From protection. What's protection? It's insurance, period. Make sense? Do you have more than one tool that provides insurance protection? Yes. We have final expense. We have Everest. We have regular term. We have term with living benefits. We have IUL. Do all those products provide some kind of protection?
Yes, sir.
they do. Yes.
Yeah. But how do you choose which one to use?
IUL.
You guys are be joking. Okay. But I hear what I'm saying though, seriously. All those products that are just to provide some kind of protection. But what do you use? What illustration are you going to make? How do you decide what medication to use for your clients? Some of you even go to the extent that you explain all the benefits of an IUL, like long-term care, but you never have a long-term care license.
By the way, that it works a lot different than living benefits. Just so you know.
Exactly. It's not the same at all. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So the next thing you have to worry about is what? Debt. If people have 50,000 in credit card that they're paying 30% interest, and you set them up with a plan for savings and they're making 10%, are you really helping that person
No.
without
No,
taking care of
sir.
the debt? Absolutely not. If somebody needs emergency fund, their car breaks down, and you set them up with an account that they have money, but you did not explain that there's a surrender charge period. So they have 12,000 in an account, but they need 2,000, they cannot get it. What do you think that person is going to do with that account that you set up?
Sir.
Cancel.
Why? Because you don't take care of the basic living needs of the person. Does it mean the account was wrong? No. You guys get the picture? All of you would do it, by the way, just so you know. Are we good? I hope I'm making some sense. You guys are too quiet. I hope I'm making some sense.
We're listening.
We're
A
listening.
lot of sense,
Yes.
doc.
Thinking.
Hey, doc, it's like it's not that the medication was wrong. You just misdiagnosed the patient. That's all you did.
The last thing you need to do always is to what? To focus on the growth. What's the best product for growing money?
IUL.
It's an
IUL.
IUL. If what?
The right
If properly
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 structured.
structured.
Properly
and
structured.
funded.
Properly funded.
Designed.
Who
Well
makes sure it's properly
designed.
structured? The client, right?
No,
We,
No.
my
we the
responsibility.
Professional.
My
Oh,
responsibility.
professional.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks of licensing.
Professional in training.
Zach,
Yeah.
isn't it amazing? Dr. Ma went to school for so many years, and after practicing, she's a surgeon, and then people go, they're nurse or pharmacist, and then they get a
Yeah.
license for 1 week, they change their title to licensed financial professional.
Expert.
I'm the
No
one them doing
wonder.
my surgery.
Please go change all your titles right now.
Licensed financial broker.
Ooh, that's even worse.
That's even worse. If you know what broker means, you can get yourself in some serious trouble.
Serious trouble.
You guys are trying to impress your clients that don't know anything.
That's people wearing it though.
Oh my, this is so funny though. It's not. Okay.
Licensed financial expert.
Oh, geez.
Oh Jesus. This is my question though. How do you know all these things for your clients? You have to do what? A financial health check. And this is the problem that a lot of you have. You say that the financial health check takes time. Yes, it does. It better does. Remember I said you should be like a doctor. You go to the doctor today, you tell them I have a headache, and my leg is aching. And then they say, oh, you know what, Chantal, I know exactly what your problem is. They don't try the stethoscope, nada. And they say, Chantal, I want you to go to CVS by your house and collect medicine.
Copy and paste.
Chantal, would you trust that doctor?
No.
So why do you guys expect the clients to trust you when you do the exact same thing?
That's true.
And you guys think it's fast. Seriously? I met someone at the airport, I slapped them with 3 policies.
Commission before mission.
This kind of language has to stop, has to.
Mhm.
It's totally irresponsible, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's unprofessional. How can you slap someone with a policy?
It has no adhesive. It's gonna drop.
You guys hear what we have to do financially analysis. It gives you time to connect with the client, make sure they understand what they're doing, so they can commit to what? To the process, so there's no chargeback. You can do this fast all you want, and then guess what? That 13 is going to slap you sometime in the future.
Yeah.
And the problem I have, and we've been talking to Rich Tully about this, is this. Even if you as the agent don't have a chargeback, which you can prevent, guess who's still going to have the chargeback? Your client.
Agent under you.
Do you know the client? Your client will have a chargeback. Guess who your client is? Our community. Do you guys understand that if you mix up a client and they have a sour taste, they might never get protection for their family for their entire lives?
That's correct. True.
How are we helping in that case?
Adding.
We're not. We made a little bit of money. And all of a sudden, guess what's going to happen? I just told you. If you have chargebacks, guess what's going to happen? No appointments. Hello? No appointments, no closing.
No
Guess what
closing,
happens to your business?
no closing, no recruiting, no money.
You guys get it seriously. You start by what? Fixing the appointment issue, then the closing, then the chargeback. If you don't pay attention to what I'm telling you right now, you can write the policy, do everything, and you're going to make some money. But when the chargeback start hitting in the community, not necessarily on your books, guess what? You guys already feeling this right now. People saying, oh, you guys are just messing things up.
Yep.
I get text message. I can show you guys text message all the time, like, oh, your agents are going in the field and messing. I'm like, what are you talking about? But I kind of know that there's some truth to it.
If it's rolling up to me and Doc, then you know it's out there. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys are at least listening. It makes sense. So guess what? Our job is to put together a complementary plan to do what? Have income protection, retirement goals, estate preservation needs. Do you necessarily need to have one product or one medicine for the patient's problems?
No.
No. Can one medicine necessarily take care of the patient's leg and their head at the same time?
I don't know.
It depends.
Exactly. It depends. Okay. So this is my point. If I told my client, I can actually help do these 3 things for you, which are the 3 things that cause chaos? What do you think they're going to say? Since I said that I can stop that, they'll be like, hey, show me what you can do. Right? So I'll be like, hey, you know what? Wilhelmina, I need some information from you to put these things together. Right? So guess what? I'm going to be able to set you up with some company that I'm showing you guys these benefits, and let me skip all of this, okay? And I'll show you why, because I can do an illustration for, IUL, for the kids plan, and I show them all these providers. But my major thing is what? I want to be able to do what? Give them a solution for sickness, which is what? Term living benefits. We did that last week, right? I show you a term policy. It's a little bit cheaper than a term living benefits. You guys saw that, correct?
Yes.
So I'm asking the client, and this is the key. I ask the client, if I'm going to give a term policy that's going to expire, but know that you're going to not get paid 99% of the time, but it's a little cheaper, or I give a term living benefit that's a little bit more expensive, but about 70% of the time you're going to get paid. Which one would you prefer? What do you think they're going to say?
MLB.
Yeah, they want a little bit more expensive one, but the chance of getting paid is higher. So now they're the one choosing, and they understand the rationale. What if somebody from Primerica came and told them that, you know what, your policy is expensive? What do you think they're going to say?
I decided on my own.
Yeah, I know it is, but I got it. Why? Because I have living benefits. Does yours have living benefits? Boom, your business is protected. Hello. If the client understands the value and why you got to that option, they're more willing to protect you when somebody comes around. If they don't, they'll be just looking purely at the cost. You guys agree?
Yes.
That's how you protect chargebacks. By properly educating and empowering the client to know why you gave them a certain plan so they can defend it themselves. If they go to their friend and their friend say, oh, you know, your policy is expensive, you get $1 million, you could have been paying 100. They'll be like, no, I pay 150, but I have living benefits. Does yours have living benefits? The chance of you getting paid is 1% of the time, mine is 70%. Which one do you think you should have? Boom, they give you a referral. Say, wow. You guys catching?
Yes, sir.
Let me say the way we used to joke. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second one is what? The estate plan. They need some kind of estate planning, right? They trust, you have to refer them to an attorney, whatever. But it's just the awareness is important. And the last one is for retirement. Okay. Most people don't have a pension plan. So a company plan they don't have. Most people are probably going to get Social Security, but it's going to be like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. A lot of people don't have enough personal savings, but even the money they have is not put the right way. Does that make sense? So what do we do in this case? Number one, if they have some savings already and it's been put in the wrong place, guess what we can do? We can put it into the fixed index annuity strategy so that they have better outcomes already. And going forward, any new money, so old money goes into FIA, new money goes into what? Into the IUL. You guys catching?
Mhm.
Old money goes into the FIA and new money goes where? Into an
IUL.
IUL. But because I already gave the client maximum protection with the term policy, guess what? My IUL is not designed for protection. It's designed for what? For cash.
Growth. Yeah.
Because if you only give them IUL with no protection clause, guess what you have to do? You should have to give them protection.
It's expensive.
If somebody has a dime of 2 million, listen to me very carefully, and this is a mistake we make it without paying attention. If I did a dime Marie for somebody is $2 million to protect their family, right? But I only give them 1 million, am I actually protecting that person?
No, sir.
No. Jeez.
If they're saving 1,000 a month and I do them $2 million for their proper protection, can 1,000 a month support a policy that's 2 million face amount? IUL?
No.
So guess what's going to happen for sure? They're going to chop it up at some point. Why? There's going to be a time 2 years from now they need money, they can't get the money, and they put in like $40,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
don't like to me. How many of you have policies like that right now? You're an agent.
I don't. My husband does.
Good luck getting your money back.
I do.
I'm dealing with a case that I did not write. Top leaders in this business wrote one doctor over 400,000 in an IUL. That IUL is about to lapse, or it's going to lapse at age 80 something. I will be trying everything to fix it, and it's not seeming to work. 400 grand. And they try to do a lawsuit. Can you guys see where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, understanding the two financial numbers is very, very important for every one of us. How much do you need to protect your family? How much do you need to retire on your own term? Make sense? So when it comes to protection, we use DIME. You guys know this very well. You have to go through this process to help the client understand what their need is. That makes sense? That's why we do the DIME. But if somebody's DIME is 1.2 million, do they have to have 1.2 million? No. That's only a need. Okay, that's what they need. But my question would be what? What do you want? You guys get it? The client can decide to take risks to not even have insurance, but there has to be a want. So you ask them, yes, your need is 1.2, but what do you want to have? They're going to tell you, oh, I only want 700,000. And what's the next step? Based on your financial situation, can you afford the 700,000? That's the next thing you have to do. Because if you cannot make sure they can afford it, guess what's going to happen? Charge back. You guys tracking?
Yes.
Okay. I always ask this question just for your own understanding. As a family, do you need the least protection or the most protection?
The
The
most
most protection.
Do you want to pay the most or the least?
The least.
list.
You want to pay the least, but
The
you want
least.
the most.
Do you realize that every other client wants the exact same thing that you want also? They want the most protection for the least cost. Yes or yes?
Yes. Yes.
What product do we offer here that gives you the most protection for the least cost?
MLB.
Ordinary term.
Why are you not giving the client the chance to decide that?
Because we don't present it.
PMP.
It's true. We love IUL.
Honestly, though, is this making sense? You have to understand this. If you don't get it, you cannot be explaining to someone else.
Yeah.
Think about it. If I knew this, do you think I can do this any other way? Personally, I can't. Can you see where my struggle comes from? Some of you were trained some other way, and that's okay. But you have to be willing to unlearn and relearn. Otherwise, you hear those three things. No appointments, no closing, chargebacks. Even if you do the first two correct, you'll still be in trouble. You guys hear me? Very, very important what I'm telling you right now. All of us have the responsibility to fix this. Okay, all of us together. Okay. So when it comes to term, do you remember we covered this last time? There's term with living benefits. So I have to show the client that I want you to understand this. What's the purpose for a term typically? What's the focus?
Protection.
Does that make sense? Does almost everyone need protection?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Make sense?
Yes.
Is there a cost to it?
There
There
There's a cost. Always.
is a cost.
Always. Do all of you have car insurance?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a cost to it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you guys know what's funny? Have you realized that how much you pay for your car insurance is way more than you need to protect your income?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Have you ever pointed that out to your clients?
No.
Oh, I do now.
Do.
What do you think a typical nice car costs?
$700.
No, I mean a car. What do you think a typical car, like 20, 30, 40, 50,000?
$5,000.
90 average, 55,000.
Yeah,
You guys have
so let's say you
expensive
get a nice
taste.
car, $50,000 car, and you're paying more insurance on the car
Then you're.
than your income
Mm.
or to protect your family.
That's so
Mine
true.
used to be
And we do it
600.
casually without even thinking about it.
What's that like, Doc? $50,000 cars, like 400 or 500 a month.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
600, 500 I used to pay. Mhm.
And then you guys allow the client to tell you that the term is expensive or
Expensive.
insurance is expensive.
Mm.
Mr. Denica, I see you happy, Anna, what's up?
Morning, sir. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, everyone. So, in the case of New York, how do you navigate that? Because
Mr. Denica, I thank God I don't live in New York because New York is
I
special.
moved out.
Very good.
I don't know if Ademola is on this call. Ademola and I were talking to a doctor from New York yesterday. And I had to struggle because he had to do the illustration. I couldn't because those companies, I don't even know that they exist. Okay.
Hey,
So
Doc.
if
There
you
are
live
actually
in
ways
New York,
around
good
that,
luck.
Doc.
Zach, go ahead.
I
There are
was
actually
told
ways
if I
around
was
that.
told in New York if that's the case, they told me to move.
National Life Group.
There are
Yeah,
actually
New
ways
York is
around
very
that.
special. But Modipe, you know New York, right?
I do. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
actually ways around that. There are quite a few providers that give us that opportunity. National Life Group would definitely want to go with for New York.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
simple. Just need to get appointed through Crump and we'll be good to go.
Good. Ademola showed me that yesterday. Yeah, you can tell I don't do business in New York, but I have agents like Modipe that do business, so I still override New York. It makes sense.
Yes, Doc.
But New Jersey's
Ademola,
right.
yesterday we were talking to a doctor. I'm like, Ademola, you have to do this one. Okay. So he did. But that's the power of leverage, though. You guys get it? I don't have to be in New York, but if I have great people in New York, then I'm good still. That's the power of the business we have. We good? Okay. So the next you have to cover is what? Duration of coverage. How long is a term policy typically?
30.
30 years.
Depending on your age.
Do you guys know why it's 30 years?
Yeah, mortgage.
Yes.
Because it's protecting your income.
Putting your mortgage.
You work for like 30 years.
Okay. This I made this up. I may be wrong, but I made it up.
It's cheap.
I read it.
You read it? Okay, if you read it, then good. I made it up. And then if you read it, there are a lot of things I did both by thinking, and then people go like, oh, it's actually true. What's the most expensive thing we get to buy in the US as an individual?
House.
Your home.
House.
A home.
Yeah.
What's the typical time for a mortgage?
30
30
years.
30
years.
years. Mortgage.
So why do you think they
Maximum.
have term for 30 years?
Protect your mortgage.
Protect the most
Mortgage.
expensive thing you get to buy.
Wow.
You want to spend the most money still to protect the most expensive thing you already buy, right?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Oh, I didn't hear the question. Sorry, Doc.
I said, you want to spend the most money to
No.
protect the most expensive thing you bought.
No.
No.
No. Why are you guys hiding from term?
That means
Wow.
we done.
So you can pay off your mortgage before you go.
Do you guys hear me? You already bought the house very expensive. You want to pay a lot more again just to protect the house?
Mm.
I hope I'm speaking to someone today.
We're listening,
Sir.
sir.
Qualification. Do you have to qualify?
Yes.
Yes. So
Definitely.
you're going to check your health, all of that stuff. True?
Mm-hmm.
What's the payout potential? Should the client know what the payout potential is?
Mm.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
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 What's the payout potential for a term policy?
2%.
1 to 2%.
2%.
2%.
2%.
Should you show the client that?
Yes.
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 Google it.
Do you?
Google it.
Yeah,
Yes.
do you show them?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We do.
We do.
You
We
don't
do.
show them so that they don't get it.
We do.
I know.
We do
You
show-
guys
we-
always show
we
them so
show
they
them.
don't get it. I show them so they know. You don't show them so they don't buy it. It's a difference.
Wow.
Am I right, by the way?
You're right.
Yes.
You are right.
Yes. You guys do show them just so they don't get it. I show them so they know the difference. Mr. Manuel, I see your hand is up. It's like this is a fun class today. They wanted me to start showing illustrations. We got all the things I just showed you now. If you show an illustration, you have to cover those things. That makes sense? Because the client wants to know that upfront.
Yes.
Hi, Doctor. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this beautiful day. My question is on the term policy. I really appreciate this nugget, right? It's good to know, like somebody say copy and paste, right? It's good to know so that whatever you're copying, don't copy the range number of the person. So my question is this, I put a term policy for someone who is 50 and is gonna be termed out at 80 years. You showed everything. And then, as a licensed unqualified professional, I want to see a way. Is there a way? I know there's what we call conversion.
Yes.
I really want to know more about that conversion so that as you're, like you said, you don't want to charge back to your community, because when the policy is not paid out, eventually the person is 80. I've seen someone who lived 90 and had a term policy and outlived it. I wasn't in this business at that time, so I don't know what to say. So at this point, I want to know more personally about that conversion process and how you can help a client on that process eventually.
I'm going to explain that to you right now on this call.
Yeah, that's fine, but
I want to challenge you to go read them.
Oh my God.
Each of the comment. No, it's true. Yeah. Go read the illustration. They tell you everything, by the way.
Call the company.
Call the illustration. Explain everything to you. It's easier.
Okay.
It's not exactly the same for every company. That's why you can't be asking me. I mean, I don't know what company you are using. So you're going to go call the company and they'll tell you exactly how their process is. That makes sense?
Okay. So every company is different.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me give you guys this too as leaders, guys. You guys are MDs, SMDs, and above. You guys have to start building relationships with your local reps. Makes sense? And that's a good, like, they're there for that, right? To answer those questions. Plus, you want them to get to know who you are anyway at your guys' level. Makes sense? If you're doing an event or something, those are the ones that come and help out, speak to your team, train your team, sponsor stuff. So each and every one of you guys get to know who your local rep is out there in the area with all the different providers. And then that's what you call. All right.
Okay, appreciate that, Zach. Mr. Charles Kwenga, EMD Charles. Go ahead, what's up?
Good morning, Doc. Thank you so much for this great training. As you are speaking, I'm kind of wrapping my brain up a lot of things. So I think we've been doing things the opposite way. I'm going to be honest, we always push for IUL. But now, ever since attending this training, I'm kind of starting to thinking differently. So you are telling us to push for the most coverage for the least amount. Now,
No. I'm not asking you to push it. I'm asking you to ask the client, okay? This is your need based on the way the insurance industry works. It's called dime, okay? So you tell them it's 2 million, for example. The question is, what coverage do you want? See, they say need, Charles, based on the numbers, but they say one that the client wants. That's different. They don't have to have 2 million, even though it's their dime. They can tell you, I only want 1 million or 500,000. Okay? So it's the client to decide that part. Once they decide they want 500,000, for example, you still have to check, can they afford the 500,000? See what I'm saying? That's how we help them to make sure there's no chargeback later on. I have to show them the need first, and then I have to ask them what they want. And then my job is to see if I can help them make sure they can afford the plan that they want.
So my question is this: if you have a client who can afford a 2 million term with living benefits, is it from that 2 million term with living benefit that you map out to give them like 500K IUL, or you have to do something separate?
No. Okay, so I think I hear where you're coming from. So Charles, if I'm sitting with you right now, right? Do you guys listen all of it? Because it's actually a very important question. If I'm sitting with you right now, and I say, Charles, we've done your dime, you need 2 million for protection, right?
Right.
And you say, I want all of that protection. I'm going to run numbers for the term that I show you with living benefits and the regular term and show how much it's going to cost. So let's say it's $200 a month, right? And you say, okay, I'm cool with $200 a month. I'll mark that down just today, right? Then I'll continue and say, okay, how much are you saving every month? You say $500 a month, correct?
Right.
I said, let's design an IUL to max it out with $500 a month. And let's say the face amount for that IUL is $300,000. So I said, well, an IUL for $200,000, $500 a month, correct?
Correct.
But remember, your maximum insurance is still going to be what?
$2 million.
$2 million. So instead of me giving you $2 million term, how much term am I going to give you now?
1.7.
Exactly. You get it? That's how it works. When I'm starting with the client upfront.
Get it.
So I'm going to tell them what the 2 million is going to, what it is going to cost for 2 million. But then when I go to the IUL part, I'm going to design the IUL correctly now. Why I'm not pressured for the protection because I already have protection covered. So I'm going to design the right IUL for that person. If they're saving 1,000, I'm going to do the right IUL for 1,000. If they're saving 500, I do the right IUL for 500. Make sense? Yeah. Then I'm going to go trim down the term now to make sure that the coverage is still what? 2 million. You get the idea? But now, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, the guy says, hey, now I'm making more money. I want another IUL, correct?
Correct.
But their income has not really changed per se. Because if they have more income, I can give them more coverage based on the dime. But let's say the income has not changed, but now things are better. I can go and take another 500,000 from the term that I convert it into what? Into another IUL. But remember now, these IULs are being funded correctly. Why? Because I'm designing it based on the money they're putting, not based on the protection. The issue we have is that we're designing policies for protection, but then we're giving them to put money as if they are saving, but it's not designed for saving. That's what the problem is all the time.
Thank you, Doc. And that also helps to keep the clients for long term. Thank you.
Exactly. You lock in the business for good. I mean, I don't understand how somebody will be fighting that right now. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But that's a good, all of you need to know what they just asked me because that's key. We are not stopping you from selling IUL. In fact, you're going to sell more IULs that don't charge back. Hello? You guys get it? Okay.
Doc, I hate to, I mean,
Yes,
just
sir.
to keep bringing it, I mean, you guys, are you guys understanding how much easier it is to duplicate this process than to try to explain and try to help your agents close on just an IUL? You guys understand how simple it is now? Like just using this framework. Right. So it's going to help explode your business. So that was a great question, Charles. So I know I can see you're understanding that, right? So just
please
want to add that, Doc.
Explanation again.
No, man, it's recorded somewhere, right? Let me get some of these questions real quick because I'm going to finish at the top of that. But the point is, I have a presentation right now. So when we come next, I'm going to continue. Make sense? Because last time I was just kind of starting from the start, but I'm showing a presentation now. I'm going to do the illustration part. But what I just show you now is that what? This is where you start is by doing what? Protection first. That's the foundation you have to start with. Okay? You lay that foundation and then you go up to what? To the growing of the money. But you can only grow money that's saving. And the only way to grow that money effectively is to design the right plan for that amount. Are we tracking? The issue we have if we don't start from the protection is what? Somebody says they need to get 1 million, but they're only saving $200 a month. Can you do a 1 million plan for $200 a month? Some of you try to do that. So guess what happens? Charge back. You guys getting it? That's the issue that we have. Okay, let me take 3 more real quick. Miss Tony, what's up?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Quickly, I have an observation and then a question. You know, one of the things that I learned in management is to bring a problem to where a change could be effected.
Okay.
And that's what you are really doing now. Because the last time you spoke that, you sent Rich Thorley what he needs to be talking about. And the reason why I'm saying it is that you're 141 people here, and this is powerful what you're putting across here to us. But there are so many other teams that are bringing this. So what I'm trying to say is that how do we increase The number of people, because
Tony,
what you're saying is very serious.
Hey,
How do we
Tony, what did
do it?
Jesus? Okay, what did Jesus tell every one of us to go and do if you're a faith person?
Well, we're all disciples.
Yeah, go get one at a time. Okay, just one
Okay.
at a time. One at a
This-
time. If one out for the of us go and get one more,
Mhm.
then one more is going to compound. We're going to have the result. So don't worry about it. Just get
Okay.
what you get right now. Go help the next person. Then the next. That's all we have to do. Don't worry about it. I hear your question, and it's a good question. But all of us have to just what get it first, then help the next person. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You get it first, help the next person. That's what you have to worry about. So don't
Okay.
try to change everything. Just start, and then keep going. Okay, Sister Irene.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh, but I'm just gonna be confessing now. So I think it's my second policy in this business. I was doing an illustration for a 70-year-old man, and I did it on a 32-year-old female. And showed him the numbers and the 7 pay. And Honorable Zach, please don't twist your face again. So I did the illustration on a he's 70 years old. So I did the 32-year-old female, did an illustration, and he saw that, and he was so happy. And so I put this policy for this guy. So first of his age, he had to go through a psychological test and all of those things, and he passed it. So eventually I put this policy for him for $1 million. He's 70 years old. So my honorables, I don't look at me. I'm going to close my face before I talk. So anyway, this guy is thinking if he does 7 pay 2 times, he's going to be having money for the rest of his life. Because that's exactly what I told him. So I'm just saying this to say, don't just copy and paste, because if you copy and paste, you make my mistake. So I copied, pasted. Guess what? He paid 1 month after. He said, and he called me and said, I can't believe I've known you since you were 10 years old and you actually participated in scamming me. So then he canceled it, and then he wanted the money back. Of course, he couldn't get the 10,000 that he had put in back. So, but I'm just going to be very proud of myself to say, after the last training, I decided to write him a personal letter to apologize for what I did and to take credit to say I was in training and I was just doing what I was told. So the reason I'm bringing this up is if you can help us to understand why we're doing illustrations and all we're using is a female 32-year-old and using preferred elite. So what is the rationale? Thank you.
I can answer that question, but this is what I'm going to tell you. I usually do research, and most research studies only deal with adults. But you remember kids are also being treated, correct? So some of you, how do you think that your kids get treated in the hospital? If most kids are not involved in studies.
Research was done on them before.
Done the kids too.
Okay. Okay. So I'm saying that, if you don't do studies on a population, you probably cannot really effectively use that medication on that population. Is that true when you go to hospital? That's what they tell me.
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is my point. I'm asking you right now. You come to me, you are 50 years old, and I do an illustration for a 30-year-old. What am I trying to show you?
That you are probably too late.
That is already too late, right? Let me see. I'm asking you right now, if you did that yourself, what are you trying to show to the clients? Don't tell me who told you whatever. I'm asking you as a licensed financial professional. You have a 50-year-old, you did an illustration for a 30-year-old. What are you trying to show to the client?
Pull a wool over their faces.
That you don't love them.
Trying to show them what a 30-year-old.
Providing inaccurate information.
Honesty.
But you guys hear me? Please seriously, honestly, think about it. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? And I'm sure as an agent, that's what they did to you, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel about it right now?
Too bad.
You want to do it to the next person because it was done to you, right?
No, sir. That's why we're asking
Really, it
questions.
feels like it's deception.
Well, I don't want to use those words, but I want you guys to really think about these things, please.
Doc, I learned early in my career, and you know this too. Sorry to jump in, but you know, like I treat every client like if they're my parents. Makes sense. Just like, you know, hey, you wouldn't want anyone taking advantage of your parents or your family or your kids. And that's how you have to treat their money. Makes sense. You have to treat them the same way as well. So, you know, that being said, like I would, if someone tries to sell my mom something, I'm gonna do the extra homework that I know my mom isn't willing or able to do, just so that way I understand that I can put her in the right situation. You guys see that? So treat every case like that. Trust me. So thank you for admitting to that, Irene.
You're welcome, 100%. Don't look at me funny again. Yes. Close my eyes.
Okay. So this is the thing goes like, it's 10:30. I have to run. Okay. But this is the point. This is the point though. Do you guys understand why we need to really get this whole process correctly? Why you need to learn how to get appointments, why you need to master how to close, and how to make sure that you set up the clients correctly so you don't have chargebacks.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
100%, and this is really helpful.
This is more important than the actual illustration.
Exactly. Okay, because the illustration is easy. It's not hard to do the actual illustration. But those questions that I have on the cost, you know, what it requires to cover, how long you pay, those are the things that the client needs to know. So I'm saying when you run the illustration, and we're going to do it, by the way, we already did the term one, right? But I'm going to do it again next class so that, because I wanted to lay the foundation first. Why? Because if I just went to the illustration, but you did not present the stuff correctly, you cannot do the illustrations correctly either. That's how I had to go back now just to show you the presentation to start with. So you see the elements, right, of it. Then the illustration has to follow the what? The income, the legacy, and the retirement. Does that make sense? That's kind of why I showed you that. If you don't go through that process, then you just illustration is kind of like you're floating in the air. Make sense? So when we come next time, we're going to actually just do the term illustration again. Now you understand those questions. We're going to address those issues. And then I'm going to show you, I'll just flash this real quick. And then Zach can answer some of the questions. Zach, I have another appointment I have to run to. But I'll show you real quick here. When it comes to retirement, we're going to do the fin, right? Just like the person knows the fin, right? And then I'm going to do the FIA illustration. You're going to look at what? I'll show you real quick here. You're going to talk about what is it for? It's for distribution. But sometimes there's accumulation, correct? That cost, you don't really pay cost, but there are surrender fees you have to understand, okay? You can set it up for a lifetime income, right? You have qualification requirements. Then what's the payout potential? You have to know that too, right? IUL, you have to understand certain things too. Protection, accumulation, living benefits, that cost of insurance, surrender fees, there are other charges. Duration, it can be for a lifetime, qualification requirements, payout potential, it can lapse if you don't design it correctly. All these things you're going to be able to show the client. So when we go next time, we'll actually do the illustration, but I want you to have the framework to understand what this means. We're trying to master three things. Make sure I have appointments, we're closing, so make more appointments, and we set the policy correct so it reinforces the whole process. If we do this correctly, trust me, 2 years from now, your business will be rocking, no question about it. I'll be loving talking to everyone, and your clients are going to be loving talking to you as well. We good? Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
I don't know if
Thank you, Dr. KWENDE.
I'm here. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I'm on, Doc.
If you want to address some of the questions, I know Carolina, wisdom, but I got to run, people. Thank you so much. God bless. Have an amazing day.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you. God bless you so much.
On your son's graduation.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
All right. So hey, before we go, we need more training. We need more doing it all. But before we go, guys, a couple of things. One, if Sean's available, I want to share with you guys the different flyers with the different deadlines that we need. So we have that posted on WhatsApp. So make sure we're pushing this for Las Vegas. All right, Las Vegas is coming around the corner. We have big deal. We have a discounted room rate at the M Spa and